first of all, I just want to say I really appreciate everybody because I got over 3,000 subscribers now. I think that's really cool. So what I've got is the hard surface toolbox and an update. This is a modifier stack. That's the idea behind it is you can grab an active object and see everything that it's on. It's got a boolean, it's got a mirror. Then if you want to have a bunch of boolean modifiers, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw a few more on here, then you have to have some organization. So here you'll be able to control, and I'm not done yet, these are just basic controls, but you'll be able to rename it. You'll see the type of modifier it is, so you could rename this to new whatever, and then it's now going to show, but you'll still see it's a boolean. You can have it show in edit mode. You can change the viewport visibility, and it will turn off here on new one that I just turned off. And then if I want to turn new one back on, obviously that works. And then I can turn it off and render whatever, and then show in edit mode. And if it has an on cage for the particular thing, then like a vertex group, then you'll see that. So like if there's a decimate, then you'll see that on there. So let's go ahead and throw a decimate on. And you won't see decimate in here because you're just isolating the booleans. So decimate will now show up over here, and it'll have an on cage because there's a check going on behind the programming here behind the scenes. And so you'll be able to isolate those. There's no mirror. Well, there's a mirror, duh. And then if you select this one, you'll see active objects just got nothing. There's nothing, and you can just click and just, move your mouse. You don't have to click anything else when you're in this area. If you kind of start from the bottom, you figure that out. And then there's a storage area here, and the storage area does exactly what it did before, and you'll be able to iterate through like what was selected, all these different things. It will log bevels as well. It still does that, so that's going to be cool. And you'll be able to take all of these objects at one time and move the location, rotation, scale. And then there'll be some other things. You can kind of, scrub through the different iterations here and get all these different positions and everything else. So that's cool. I like that. And the big deal is that you'll now be able to isolate these modifier sets. And if you have some specific other ones you want, it's very easy to add some more, but I didn't want to like crowd it all up. I will add some more, but the different workflows are going to call for different ones, and I'll have some solutions for that at some point in the future. But just for now, you'll have these options. And if you get the cursor off somewhere, you'll have a little cursor control to bring it back. If you want to clear out your stored objects, you can just hit this button here. It'll clear it. And then as you're adding this, it'll say objects collection 0, collection 1, collection 2, 3, 4. And then the cool thing is you can rename these as well. So if you've got an object set collection here, and let's just clear that and say, boom, this is, iteration 0, and you like that, that's fine. But if you have a different one where you said, hey, I want to rotate this on the X at 90, and it really needs to be over there, you can grab all the objects again, and then enter that in, and you'll have that. Now you can rename that one rotation 2, whatever, object collection 0, and then rotation 2 or 1, actually, if you're going follow indexes. And that's going to be pretty cool. That's the upgrade for that. So I removed the storage from this area. It's not here anymore, so you won't see that as a drop down. And you'll still have object control here to be able to show them viewport render. You better switch this, and this is going to be where you load up blend files. So you just hit accept, and if you have any blend files, they're going to load. So each one of these is now something you can put in here as a gallery. And if you just click this button, you just left click it anywhere, it's going to attempt to load whatever's in there. And obviously you may not have icons for that. I think I'll throw a dummy icon in at some point, but it kind of doesn't matter. So switch here, and you just hit the refresh. This is the hard surface toolbox. This will be the stacker, and then I'll have the mirror machine all packed in. And I'm going to actually combine one more, and I'm kind of waiting on this to load. There's a lot of models loading. I'm actually going to combine the one-click proxy with this as well, so you just get this one big bulk setup. You know, you don't have to have a whole bunch of other add-ons, and I think that'll be better for you guys. Now see, these are the icons I made. Each one of these are a PNG. I was going to do JPEG, and I'm going to reset that as JPEG at some point because it might slow down a little bit, but I haven't had any performance issues. And then you got the little tiny icons here, a much smaller list you can just go through. And then there's, of course, mirror modeling and some other things. I've got full tutorials on that. I'm not going to cover it, but this is the big deal, is being able to go in and select an object and say, here's all my modifiers. I can control all of them in one spot, and that's going to be pretty powerful. And I'm going to add some more stuff to it, but you'll be able to rename them and see what they are. And like I said, if you want to isolate just your booleans, you got it. And I'm going to upload this tonight, so this will be available if you've already picked up the add-on. I really appreciate it. A bunch of people are buying the add-on now, and I really appreciate it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.